How to blend alcohol markers. Let's create a rainbow. We're going to be working with 6 different markers. You need to select a red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and violet. Next, we start to lay down the color in the same order I just mentioned. The biggest thing to keep in mind when you're going through and blending is to remember that working while the markers are still wet is going to give you the best result. So what I do is I work quickly. I lay the orange over the red here, as you can see, and it's already giving me a nice blending effect because the red is still pretty wet. And that's what I'm going to do throughout as I pick up each marker to create the rainbow gradient. Onto the yellow, and we go ahead and layer over the orange. And we're actually coloring or kind of scribbling into the orange, and as it dries, it's going to blend even more. Keep in mind that if you don't like some of the transitions that you've created, you can always pick up one of the markers and go back into it to blend it out a little bit more. Next thing you'll notice as we add in this green is it's pretty stark against the yellow. You're actually not going to use the green to blend in this case. You're going to use the yellow to blend in this case. So when you're kind of working with 2 colors, you want both of them handy so you can pick it up. The lighter is always going to be the blender into the darker color as you're seeing here. Now we're going to lay down a blue, which is going to be darker than the green, and the green is going to be the blender to the blue. And you'll notice that I keep doing this over and over throughout when I'm adding each color. So you'll notice here I'm going to pick up the green and then I'm going to blur the lines between the blue and the green so it gradiates. Next we're going to pick up the purple or the violet and we're going to blend that into the blue, and the violet is actually going to be our blending color in this case, even though it's coming last because what I've selected is actually a lighter purple, so it's going to create the blending effect within the blue. And you'll see how that's working here. One thing I did want to mention as we're wrapping up is the colorless blender that comes in your marker kit for virtually all the different brands of markers, and it actually isn't a blender at all, really. If you try to use that, it's actually just going to pull the color up, so it's always best to just use the color straight out to create this gradient. The colorless blender, it really works good to erase things. It's more of an eraser, and that's what I've used it for in the past. So I hope this helps, and happy rainbow making. Bye!